gonna have to repeat all this. It's a video by Coffezilla. It's called "I Joined Andrew Tate's Cult and It Was Worse Than I Thought." I watched a lot of his videos. He makes very good investigative pieces. Watch this real quick. I got my camera off because I'm stuffing my face full of chicken fried rice right now.
I'm getting a PhD from Hustler University, also known as Hustlerversity by those of us with the grind set. It was created by this guy.
I'm Top G.
You think you're smart? I bought this coin and it's going up. You could have bought any coin and it went up in the last year. The Matrix was broken.
Hustler University is the greatest thing that exists on the face of the planet for people who are trying to escape.
Oh, the quality is so shitty.
Skip University, you can buy my program, and I guarantee you will know everything you need to know. Have you ever seen a college professor with an S63 and a McLaren and a Lambo and an Aston Martin standing next to a Porsche? No, you've never seen any of this. I know how to make cash.
Now, if you're wondering why I'm enrolling in a college that looks like it was started by the son of Mr. Worldwide, it's actually quite simple. Hustleversity was started by Andrew Tate, a guy that basically no one knew about until 6 months ago, and is now somehow more searched than Mr. Beast, Kanye West, or most shocking of all, even the Island Boys, who I know I thought would have a career forever. But such are the tides of fame, I suppose. And I guess the real question is, how did this happen and why? Well, Andrew attributes his meteoric success to a change in business strategy.
I put together a particular strategy about 6 months ago because I decided to step up my overall exposure because of a new product I launched. I run an online school that teaches people how to make money online. I changed my approach towards social media.
I don't know what it is about this guy, but I just can't. I can't fucking stand him. There's something about him. He's just that dude. I don't know. Anyways, I'm definitely biased, but at least this guy's getting to the bottom of it.
Yeah, and I ended up absolutely everywhere.
Now, if you're wondering what business strategy that is, or even what business this guy's in, turns out he's one of these male success gurus who will be your surrogate father essentially for a fee. And the program he runs is called Hustleversity, where he teaches you how to make fast money if you'll only pay $50 a month. And one of these fast money methods turns out to be selling Hustleversity to new people by posting clips of him, Andrew Tate. And because of this, it kind of created this pyramid scheme where there was a flood of TikTok videos and biased reviews saying that Andrew Tate is the one true savior that will save you from poverty. He's basically Morpheus from the Matrix, and that's not even me calling him that. He calls himself that.
I get called Morpheus a lot. We are living inside of the Matrix, and I am Morpheus.
He says he wants to wake you from your mental prisons, all by selling you a program that sounds like what high school dropouts used to put as their education status on Facebook. Attended the School of Hard Knocks and graduated Hustleversity with a PhD. Wait, you're a doctor? No, that's the pimping hose degree, which is something, by the way, I didn't make up. It's a course that Andrew Tate himself sells. But I don't think you want to take advice from someone who's in the middle of a human investigation. And that's not even to mention accusations of beating women, or him allegedly admitting that one of his businesses was, quote, a total scam. But none of this has stopped over 100,000 people from signing up for Hustleversity, which at $50 a month nets him $5 million
Fuckable. I'll just see that in the feeding trough.
A repackaged version of the same male guru grift that we've seen over 100 times.
Fuck it. You guys can watch
Tom
me. I feel weird
John
with no camera on it.
Dan Locke, Grant Cardone. Need I go on? What's the difference with Tate? See, despite his alleged criminality, toxicity, psychopathy, Andrew does have one undeniable skill that seems to be responsible for most or all of his success so far. He's just really entertaining.
I hate everyone equally. Don't come at me and call me sexist or racist or any of these things. I hate everyone. I don't care if you're black, white, straight, gay, man, and woman. I hate you anyway. I do know how to administer CPR. However, I will not administer CPR unless you're a hot female. If you're some fat dude and you just had a heart attack and I don't really know you.
Is that a lady billing you and you back and rearrange your bones? Why is
Sorry,
it
no,
me for
can't hear
4
it.
hours straight, bro?
I have a lot of muscle. It's painful to carry it around. It's a 2-hour massage.
You see, guys, modern influencers are slowly learning that we live in a post-consequence world, with people like Jake Paul running around just serially scamming people and nothing.
Coffezilla has like a really good series on Jake Paul as well. Watch a few of them now. We'll watch some of them eventually.
Happening to them. People are starting to realize that the only real currency is attention. Like, the worst thing that's going to happen to you is not that you go to jail. The worst thing that's going to happen to you is you become irrelevant. And this is what separates Andrew Tate from a lot of the fake gurus I've covered in the past and makes him much more effective and maybe dangerous at what he does. And in that way, he's got more in common with someone like Alex Jones.
We're gonna beat your ass. You just get that through your stinking traitorous heads.
Than he does with someone like Dan Lok or Grant Cardone. Both Jones and Tate operate sort of on this playbook where entertainment is king. They say a bunch of outlandish statements that builds attention, and then once they're the crazy guy, all they have to do is say a few basic things that everyone agrees with, and then their audience suddenly thinks they're a genius. I mean, everyone has seen this with Alex Jones, right? You have modern philosopher Joe Rogan seemingly saying that he predicts everything.
Alex is right about far more than he's wrong.
When in reality, Alex Jones is predicting everything sort of all the time. So of course he's going to be right some of the time. And it's sort of the same with Tate. He says so much. Like in one segment, he'll say something outlandish like men should be able to cheat on women, but it doesn't work the other way around because that's disgusting.
Let's not pretend that male loyalty and female loyalty are the same thing.
But loyalty is loyalty.
But they're not the same thing, are they? However, I would not see my infidelity as nearly anywhere near even 1% as disgusting as female infidelity.
And he knows that's going to get him clicks and piss people off. But then we'll say in a segment right after, oh, I believe in true love between a man and a woman. I believe there should be more love.
I think relationships are a beautiful thing. I think that the synergy between men and women are a beautiful thing if they are correctly collaborated. I think that that's what makes society function. I think that's what makes the world function. I think that men and women falling in love and having children and having families are very, very beautiful things.
Well, who doesn't agree with that? And he'll talk to like men's issues. He'll talk about how lonely men are.
Most men are absolutely and utterly invisible. This is the truth about masculinity, right? It's very easy for women to sit here and complain about the top 2% of men because I dealt with this guy, he's arrogant, blah, 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 blah. Most men don't even fucking exist. They send 10,000 DMs and never even get read, let alone replied to.
And so this makes it so that the many people who are trying to say, Andrew's just crazy, they don't see the full con that he's running because the crazy is only half of the game. Because eventually people hear the other half, the basic stuff that's obvious, and go, well, he's not totally crazy. And people just eventually kind of go down the Tate rabbit hole where they think, you know, maybe I can leave the Matrix and get girls, jets, and Bugattis. Maybe I just need to become financially free. How do I do it? Who's looking out for me? And that's where Hustleversity enters the picture. And look, I know we just covered a lot, right? But to understand this next part, to understand Hustleversity, it requires a deep understanding of Andrew Tate's appeal. So we can see why Hustleversity is on the one hand so popular, despite being so bad. Because otherwise, this whole video is anticlimactic and confusing. Because when I first joined Hustleversity, I thought it's got to be different, right? To have this many people paying every month, they have to have things that you just can't learn for free, right? Wrong. Once again, I'm disappointed because I joined this month and have been going through the classes, which is basically all of the same boring topics all of these guys teach about making money. It's all the most surface level stuff. He assigns a so-called professor to each skill, and all of this all takes place inside of Discord servers. And so in these chat rooms where your instructors have a fraction of the charisma of Tate.
Paid $50 a month for a Discord server. I won't even get the nitro shit for mine.
You're supposed to commit yourself to these skill sets, which are super surface level because, of course, this all appeals to the lowest common denominator men who think answers can come from TikTok videos. And this is where it starts to hit you as you're scrolling through Discord threads that this kind of was all a big bait and switch. I mean, think about it. You've been told you're going to escape the Matrix. You're going to take the red pill. But what you end up doing in this course is sort of learning how to run an Amazon side hustle for Jeff Bezos. Like, no offense, you're not breaking the Matrix. You work for the richest guy in the world. Like, imagine Morpheus gives Neo the red pill and says, hey, have you ever day traded before? It doesn't stop there either. Like, you've been told you're going to be rich, right?
I guarantee you will make money with this system. Hold on tight. We're about to get rich.
But Hustlers University sort of changes the rules and definitions once you're inside. Like, they have this cash quadrant of time and cash where you're either time poor or cash poor, time rich, cash poor, cash rich, time poor. You get the idea. And what they define cash rich as is very telling. They define it as having $5,000, which by that definition, guys, I'm proud to say I'm cash rich. Now, guys, look, having $5,000 is great, but you ain't rich, right? The lifestyle we've been sold on here is exotic Bugattis, not extra Starbucks biscottis. I mean, am I crazy here? Like, I feel like most people who joined this Discord want olive Lamborghinis, and they're sort of getting Olive Garden fettuccine. And this weird disconnect is everywhere, where Andrew Tate is practically screaming how great Hustlers University is on the one hand.
Hustlers University is the greatest thing that exists on the face of the planet for people who are trying to escape the Matrix.
And yet, if you look at their own success screenshots that they provide, their students are getting at best like very part-time income. Like their screenshots of $400 a month, maybe $2,000 a month. And those are the examples they chose, which I'm not knocking the people who are doing this, like good for them. But unless you consider being cash rich, having $5,000 total in your bank account, then this course doesn't seem to be getting people rich. It just teaches lost guys extremely basic skills that are free to learn, but charges them $50 a month for it so they can feel like they're escaping the Matrix by working for Jeff Bezos. And this all brings us kind of back to the real reason for the success of Hustlers University, which is, of course, Tate himself. But the irony is that once you join the university, you barely see Tate at all. He claims to be teaching the secrets to modern wealth creation, but the reality is, from what I saw, he was too busy marketing to actually be present in the Discord. And instead, you just had all these random people teaching you like e-commerce or freelancing or copywriting and investing. And this is kind of one of the reasons that I struggled to get good screenshots to show you guys from inside the course, because it was so boring and bland. And that's why I decided to finally cancel my plans to become cash rich. And that's when I found out about the last trick Tate uses to get you to stay.
Anyone who messes this up, annoys a professor, doesn't renew their subscription, their card cancels, anything stupid, then you're going to regret it for a very long time, because there's simply nowhere else to go.
That's right. They tell you there's nowhere else to go besides Hustlers University. This is the only place where you're going to learn not to be broke. And even the people who want to be part of it and simply don't have the money, Tate has told them that there's no second chances. They're going to go back in the Matrix if they miss a single payment.
I had to unsubscribe to get my mother a birthday present, but I resubscribed the next month. I don't believe that. I don't believe you. And I also think if you were a member of Hustlers University for a month and you didn't make enough money to buy your mother a birthday present, you f***ed up. So you're probably going to end up kicked out.
Like, their two responses are, that's not true. And even if it is, it's your fault anyways, which I find amazing. It couldn't be the program, right, guys? And you have to understand that for the people actually in the course, they're like deathly afraid of missing a payment, because they've been told that if they do, guess where they're going? That's right, straight back in the Matrix. In jail, they call it.
And you'll see we have people in jail. So people who don't renew, we don't kick you out. We put you in the jail and you sit there in your cell and you have no access to the money-making information. And we just flood you with all the endless wins. Every time someone wins, we show you.
I mean, Andrew Tate hasn't reinvented anything. He's just doing it more successfully than a lot of fake gurus have in a while. But the result is the same as ever, where the real person getting rich, truly rich, is Andrew Tate.
You're broke! You're f***ing poor!
What a sweetheart. That guy sucks. Well. Okay, baby, I ate a bunch.
The sauce spilled in the box, so
Okay.
I don't know.
So the other side, no, I'll eat it here soon. You ready to play something?
Like 2 seconds to dry out my bangs real fast.
Okay. Well, guys, that's Coffezilla. Check him out. Give him a like. Give him a subscribe. Watch some of his videos. They're really good. We're going to continue on to some World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King.